Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Be. Today we have got a hour-long flow all about self-exploration, letting go of the need to be anything, do anything or achieve anything, and just allowing yourself to explore what's going on with you. So, you don't need any props for this one. When you're ready, come to lie down on your back, wiggle around, get comfortable, and gently close your eyes. If there's any tension in the lower spine, bring the soles of the feet to the earth, let the knees fall into one another. And just start to settle into your natural breath. Just to begin with, releasing any control, letting everything go, allowing yourself to arrive on the mat. Just following the breath. From the very bottom of the inhale, all the way, send the breath deep down into the tummy, and then exhale, follow the breath all the way out. We all hold so many ideas, so many rules, shoulds and shouldn'ts of who we are, who we want to be. What would your life look like if we could let go of these shoulds, the shouldn'ts, the rules, the expectations? How would you feel? How would you show up in the world? What would change? If we no longer felt we had to be something, what would be left? Carrying forward this feeling of exploration, the questioning, releasing the idea that we have to look like anything, have to do anything. On your next inhale, gently bring your knees up into your chest. Take gentle rock from side to side. Start to feel your lower spine on the earth. Moving with sensation rather than what we feel it should look like. Perfect. Taking the hands behind the knees, gently rock up to seated. Straight over the legs, onto all fours. So the wrists find themselves under the shoulders, the knees find themselves under the hips. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone in. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale to round. Inhale forwards. Start feeling into the body instead of moving. Exhale round with how you think it should look. Inhale forwards. Exhale round. Send your hips towards your heels. Reach the arms long, sink them low. Lovely. Inhale, rise up to tabletop. Exhale, round, send the hips towards the heels. Inhale, up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. So pressing into the index finger knuckle and take any movement your body needs, whether walking out the feet, bending the legs, wiggling the hips, whatever it is. Lovely. With your next inhale, take the gaze forwards towards the hands and gently walk the feet to the top of the mat. When you reach the top, take either elbow, exhale, dangle the head over the legs, let it all go. Send the weight into the toes. Exhale, release the elbows. Inhale, roll up to standing. Vertebrae by vertebrae, head and neck come last. When you reach the top, exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, gently close your eyes. Take a moment to set yourself a goal or intention for your practice. Why are you here today? Bring this intention to the forefront of your mind. With an inhale, send the gaze up, send the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way over the legs, pulling the belly button in as you fold, hands reach the earth. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the mat, ground through the hands, and inhale, step back, high plank. Lovely. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, coming forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, ripple forwards. Let the movement come from the hips. Hug the belly button in as we move forwards. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, ripple forwards, hug the belly button in and send the weight over the wrists. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. We've got one more. Inhale, ripple forwards, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog, and pause. So in our downward facing dog, our feet are hip width apart. We're lifting the arches of the feet, rolling the inner thighs out. If there's any tightness in the hamstrings, lift the heels and take a bend in the knees. We want to shine the tailbone towards the sky. Find the breath. And start exploring the pose in your body. What happens if we lift the heels? What happens if we bend the knees? What happens if we grip the mat with our fingers? On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, send the gaze forwards. Exhale, step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up halfway, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forwards over the legs. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart center, draw the ribs down. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, pulling the belly button in, sending the weight into the toes. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the mat, ground through the fingers. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, ripple forwards. Movement comes from the hips. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. We've got one more. Inhale, ripple forwards. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Pausing in your downward facing dog, pressing the chest towards the thighs. Maybe try adjusting your stance, maybe walk the feet in, walk them back. What feels best for you? Release any rules. Move around, see what feels better. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, send the gaze forwards. Exhale, step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold all the way forward, send the weight forwards. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, stand tall. Lovely. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to speed it up a little. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the mat, step the right leg back. Drop the knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thighs, arms go all the way back, keep the gaze lifted. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thighs, keep the gaze lifted. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thighs. Make sure the right toes are tucked under. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thighs, start to lift the right knee, come into your high lunge base. Inhale, arms reach for the sky, high lunge. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands meet the mat, round through the shoulders. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Feet come together at the back of the mat, and on the inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands and drop the back knee. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, chest to thighs, hug the belly button in as you move forwards. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chest to thighs, arms go back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chest to thighs. Make sure those left toes are tucked. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thighs, start to lift the left knee. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Lovely. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands come down in front, the right foot. Inhale, lift that left leg to the sky. Exhale, drop the head down into your standing splits. If you need extra stability, take the hands wide. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, left foot meets the right foot. Inhale, lift the chest, come halfway, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, hands meet the mat, step the left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, reach. Make sure those left toes are tucked. Exhale, chest to thigh. Start to lift the left knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands meet the mat, round through the shoulders. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Feet come straight together at the back of the mat, and on the inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands and drop the back knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chest to thigh. Make sure those right toes are tucked. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Start to lift the right knee. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. One more time. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands meet the mat slightly in front, the right left foot, and on the inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, drop the head down, standing splits. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, drop the foot down to meet the other. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, arms reach for the sky, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Pull the belly button in as we fold. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the mat, start to sink the hips low. And on the inhale, arms reach for the sky chair pose. So weight is in the heels. Make sure you can see your big toes in front of your knees, lift the chest. On the exhale, take chest to thighs, arms go all the way back. Keep the gaze lifted. Inhale, stand tall, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thighs, send the hips low. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug the belly button in as you fold forwards over the legs. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the mat, and on the inhale, step all the way back, downward facing dog. Feet come straight together at the back of the mat, and on the inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Step the foot between the hands and drop the back knee. Make sure the toes are tucked. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh, start to lift the left knee. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, chest to thigh, send the weight forwards. Inhale, arms reach, and on the exhale, open the arms, drop the back heel, come into your warrior two. Nice bend in that right leg, gazes over the right fingertip. Soften the shoulders. Keeping the bend in the front knee, inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. We're going to make this flow. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. One more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up. Lovely. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Feet come straight together at the back of the mat, and on the inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands and drop the back knee. Inhale, arms reach, make sure the right toes are tucked. Exhale, chest to thigh, start to lift the right knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, arms reach, and on the exhale, open the arms, drop the right heel, come into your warrior two. So you want a nice bend in that left knee, make sure it tracks over the ankle. Hug the belly button in, engage the quads. We want to feel like we're sucking everything up into the center, pull the feet together. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. Inhale, reverse, lift the left arm to the sky. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Every time we return to downward facing dog, we return to our home base. Roll the biceps towards the ears, press into the first knuckle. And explore those subtle activations, subtle movements in the body. What feels good? What doesn't? Where do we find tightness? Can we find space instead? Take the feet together at the back of the mat, and on the inhale, lift that right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands and drop the back knee. Make sure the toes stay tucked. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh, start to lift the left knee. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, chest to thigh. Lovely. Inhale, arms reach, and on the exhale, open warrior 2. Keeping the bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up. Lovely. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, take it forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Feet come straight together at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands and drop the back knee. Make sure the toes stay tucked. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh, start to lift the right knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, open warrior 2, drop the back heel, open up the arms. Keeping the bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse. Make sure the lower body stays the same. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse, and on the exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Lovely, we've got one more round. Take the feet straight together at the back of the mat, and on the inhale, lift that right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands, drop the back knee, make sure the toes stay tucked. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh, lift the left knee. Inhale, reach for the sky, hug the belly button in. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, reach for the sky, and on the exhale, open warrior 2. Keeping the bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to thigh. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Lovely, feet come straight together, and on the inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands, drop the back knee, make sure the toes stay tucked. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, chest to thigh, arms go all the way back, lift the right knee. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, arms reach, and on the exhale, drop the back heel, open up the arms. Keeping the bend in the front knee, inhale, reverse. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. Inhale, reverse, keep the lower body the same. Exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up, and on the inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. Inhale, forwards, tabletop. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. And again, find your base, lift the arches of the feet, engage the legs. And try exploring the pose, bending the knees, lifting the heels, what feels good for you. On the inhale, take the gaze forwards towards the hands and step the feet to the top of the mat. Rise up halfway when you get there. Exhale, fold all the way forwards. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, place them on your chest and gently close your eyes. Take a moment to feel that heartbeat under your hands. Find the breath. Maybe take a quick scan of your body. From the soles of your feet, working all the way up the legs. Up the tummy, chest and collarbones. To the shoulders and down the arms. And eventually to the crown of your head. Just start to question what's there. Notice how we're feeling. Without opening your eyes, start to lift the arches of your feet, lift the kneecaps and engage the glutes. Gently draw the ribs down, tuck the tailbone under and roll the shoulders away from your ears. Create an activation all the way from your feet to the crown of your head. On your next inhale, keep the body the same, lift the gaze, lift the arms. Exhale, start to sink the hips, bring hands to heart center, come into your chair pose. Weight is in the heels. Keep the chest lifted. So I want you to find a neutral spine. We're not sticking the bum out, arching the back. We're not tucking it under. We're finding neutral. We're sending the weight back, sending the shins back, and lifting the chest. On the inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, chest to thighs, arms go all the way back, but keep the gaze lifted. So we're finding a pull to the shoulder blades. Send awareness all the way to the fingertips, twinkle them. Keep sending the weight into the heels. And know that any discomfort is temporary. You have got this. Find the breath. See if we can find a stillness in the mind. Softening. On the inhale, stand tall, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward, hugging the belly button in. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway, heart forward, shoulders all the way back. Exhale, hands meet the mat, grip the mat, and on the inhale, step back, high Lovely, pause here, send the weight forwards over the wrist, tuck the tailbone, engage the glutes. Roll your biceps inwards. Where can we find an activation? Where can we find strength? Keep pressing into the earth, lift the chest. Find the breath, we're almost there. Exhale, drop the knees, followed by the hips, child's pose. We're not here for long. Inhale, rise up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. The lovely feet come straight together, and on the inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot between the hands, but stay on the ball of the back foot. With the fingertips on the earth, inhale, puff up the chest, lift the gaze. And on the exhale, sink into that right knee. Find space between the tummy and the thigh. Keeping the lower body the same. Inhale, reach the arms forwards. Exhale, take the arms all the way back. So we're finding space between the tummy and the thigh, hugging the belly button in, but sending the weight forwards. Lift that left heel. And opening across the chest. Feel that right leg cooking. Find strength from the discomfort. One more breath, you're almost there. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Come up into your crescent lunge, and on the exhale, open warrior 2. Drop the left heel. Take any wiggles, any adjustments. We're going to scan from the base. So we're lifting the arches of both feet. We're activating the legs, pulling both feet into the middle. Suck up the pelvic floor. Hug in the belly button, tuck the hips under. Make sure the front knee tracks over the ankle. Soften the shoulders. Find the breath. Feel this pose in your body. Where do you need to activate? Where do you need to soften? Keeping the bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse, lift that right arm. Exhale, right forearm to thigh. Left arm goes all the way overhead. Activate the bottom hand. Hold your favorite cake and send the left arm long. If this is too much, we can send the arm up to 12. Keep sinking the hips forward, but pressing into the outside edge of the left foot. Tucking the hips under and opening up the chest. Again, find the breath. Lovely, keeping the bend in the front knee. Inhale, start to reverse. Hug the belly button in as we reverse. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up, ground through that left hand. Send the weight forwards, and on the inhale, lift the right arm. Open up the chest, find the twist from the torso. Option to drop the back knee. On the exhale, both hands meet the mat. Press into the big toe. Inhale, start to rise, high lunge. Exhale, open warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg, pivot to face the side of the mat, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forwards into your wide leg forward fold, fingertips to the earth. Take a bend in the knees if you need to. I'm going to ask everyone just to lift the heels slightly. Find the fold from the waist. When you've got the folds, gently start to drop the heels and straighten the legs, sending the weight into the toes. Release the head and neck. Draw the thighs apart. Activate the outer hips. On the inhale, start to lift the chest, come up halfway. On the exhale, walk the hands to frame the back foot. So we're up on the right toes, we're framing the left foot. Fingertips are on the earth. On the inhale, puff up the chest, lift the gaze. On the exhale, sink into that left leg, engage the right leg. Inhale, keep the lower body the same, send the arms forwards. And on the exhale, send them all the way back. So we're opening up the chest, we're finding our back muscles and we're sending the weight into that left foot. Breathe into that discomfort, you're almost there. On the inhale, start to rise, high lunge. And on the exhale, open warrior two. So we've got the left foot facing forwards, right heel is dropped to the earth and parallel to the short edge of the mat. Again, scan your warrior from the base. Where is the ankle? Where is the knee? Are we activating the legs? Are we activating the core? Are we finding strength from within? Find the breath. Sometimes when there's a lot going on, the breath is the first thing we lose. Keep the bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse, lift the left arm. Exhale, left forearm to thigh. Right arm goes all the way overhead. Activate the bottom hand. Find length down the right side body and sink the hips forwards, but keep the activation in the legs. Open up the chest, roll the shoulder back. And again, feel this pose in your body. Know the discomfort is temporary, you're almost there. Keep the bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse the warrior, lift the left arm. Exhale, both hands meet the mat, pick the back heel up. Grounding through that right hand, inhale, lift the left arm. Opening up the chest, twisting from the torso. When we slow down, our mind starts to wander. Can we bring it back to this moment? To this feeling and these sensations? Exhale, both hands meet the mat. On the inhale, start to rise, high lunge. Exhale, drop the heel, open up the arms, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the arms, pivot to face the side of the mat, and on the exhale, fold over. Take the hands to the legs or the ankles. Place them on the outsides of your legs. Press the legs into the hands. Press into the outside edges of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, send the weight forwards. So we're keeping the activation in the legs. We're hugging the belly button in. And we're softening into the pose. Find the breath. Find stillness in the body and in the mind. Release the legs, bring the hands underneath the face. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, walk the hands to frame the right foot. Come up onto the left toes. Ground through the hands. Inhale, step back, high plank. Pause here, send the weight forwards. The shoulders are over the wrists. We're tucking the tailbone, pressing the chest towards the ceiling. Lovely. On the exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Option to drop your knees first. Keep the elbows tucked into the side ribs, send the weight forwards. When you reach the bottom, untuck the toes. Hands are under the shoulders. Inhale, start to lift the chest. Press the pelvis into the earth. Keep a bend in the elbows. Lift the gaze. Puff up the chest. Exhale, fold forwards. Release down to the earth. I'm going to do that again. Hands are under the shoulders. Inhale, start to lift the chest. Firm the tummy muscles. Press the pelvis down. Only come as high as feels good. Exhale, release. Send the arms all the way back. Firm the tummy muscles. Press the pelvis into the earth. Create stability from the core. Create a subtle activation, and on the inhale, start to lift the legs, lift the chest. We can keep the hands on the earth, or we can also lift them. Exhale, release all the way down. Hands come under the shoulders. Option to press straight to plank or to tabletop. On the inhale, press up. On the exhale, downward facing dog wherever you are. Lovely. On the inhale, send the gaze forward. Step the feet to the top of the mat to rise up halfway when you get there. Exhale, fold forwards over the legs. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. Ground through the left leg. We're going to come into our balances. So grounding through the left leg, we're lifting the right. Hands can either be on the hips, heart center, wherever feels good. Start to just gently lift the knee. Zip up through the core. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Find a point to help focus your balance. Focus the gaze. This is enough of a challenge for you. Stay here. Or on the inhale, start to straighten the right leg. Point the toe. And on the exhale, release it all the way down. Lovely. Give your legs a little shake. So we're going to do the same side. We're going to ground back through that left leg and lift the right leg. We're going to add in another pose. So we're grounding through the left leg, lifting the right, hugging the belly button in. This is enough of a challenge. Please stay here. Or on the inhale, straighten the right leg. Lovely. If this is enough of a challenge, stay here. Or on the exhale, take it all the way back to your warrior three. Take the arms back with you. Pull the shoulder blades together. Find that same position in the upper body that we did in our lunge. Make the right leg as strong as the left. Lovely. Inhale, come forwards, lift the knee to the chest, lift the arms. Exhale, straighten the legs, send the arms forward. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, take it all the way back, warrior three. Nice. Bending into the left knee, slowly lower the right toes to the back of the mat. So we're in a high lunge. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Send the weight forwards, lift the heel. Send the weight into the left leg, and on the inhale, slowly start to lift the right. Enjoy exploring the pose in your body. How does it feel? Where can we find strength? Inhale, knee to the chest, lift it high. Exhale, let it go. Nice. Give your legs a little shake. So no matter how you did, no matter what you did, honor and respect wherever you are. So we're going to lift the left leg and ground through the right. Start with just a nice, simple lifting of the knee, hugging the belly button in, roll the shoulders. Find stability in that right leg. Find a point to help focus the gaze. See if we can smile. this is enough of a challenge for you, stay here. On the inhale, start to straighten the left leg, point the toe. Notice if your weight has shifted back, can we bring it forwards? Move with awareness. Inhale, knee to the chest. Exhale, release it, let it go. Give your legs a shake. So we're going to add on our warrior three. And stopping at whatever option suits you today. Knowing that it won't always be the same. So grounding through the right leg, lifting the left. Option 1 to stay here. Option 2, straighten the left leg. Option 3, take the left leg all the way back. Take the arms with you, warrior 3. Make the left leg as strong as the right. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Enjoy the wobbles. Inhale, come forwards. Lift the knee, lift the arms. Exhale, send the leg long, send the arms long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, send it back. Nice. Start to bend the right knee. Slowly lower the left toes to the back of the mat. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lift the back heel, send the weight forwards, hug the belly button in. And on the inhale, start to lift the left leg. Don't worry if you fall, don't worry if you wobble. Inhale, forwards, lift the knee. Exhale, lower it down, give your legs a shake. Nice. Bring the feet together. Roll the shoulders, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart center, place them on your chest and gently close your eyes. Take a moment to appreciate what you've just done. How often in life do you stand on one leg, let alone wiggle and wobble around? How amazing are our bodies for adapting to shifting in weight. Take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs. Exhale, side out, let it go. Inhale, arms reach for the sky. Exhale, hands come down towards the earth, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the chest, come up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the mat, and on the inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, come into tabletop. Ground through that left leg, and on the inhale, start to lift the right. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, knee to nose. Slowly bring the foot all the way through and step it between the hands. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Wiggle to find space. Ground through the front toes. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, take the arms all the way back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, sink into the hips. Shine the heart towards the sky. Send the hands down the back of the leg. If the knee tracks over the ankle, wiggle the right foot forwards. Release the hands, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands meet the mat, round through the shoulders. Slowly wiggle the right leg back. Ground through the right leg. Switching sides. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, tuck it in and slowly bring the foot all the way through. Wiggle to find space. Ground through the big toe and on the inhale, arms reach. Exhale, take the arms all the way back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, chest shines towards the sky. Exhale, sink into the hips. Engage that right glute. Open up into the psoas muscle. Breathe into the belly, protect the lower back. Release the arms, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands meet the mat. Round through the shoulders and wiggle that left leg all the way back. Sit back onto the heels, walk the hands back. Swing the legs around and bring the soles of the feet together. So we're pressing the outside edges of the feet together. And before you bring the feet all the way in, take them halfway. Take the hands behind you. Support the lower back, support the upper back, and slowly lift the hips towards the heels. So this creates more strength in the lower back. Supports your upper back, meaning we work into the hips rather than rounding through the spine. Pressing the outside edges of the feet together, hands come around the toes, around the ankles. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, slowly fold forwards, release the head and neck. Find the breath. Notice where you can soften into the pose. Inhale, start to lift the chest. Lovely, crossing the legs over. Inhale, arms reach for the sky, and on the exhale, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind us, TP the fingers. Inhale, find length. Exhale, take a twist. With every inhale, we want to lift the upper body out of the pelvis. We want to find length down the spine. Inhale, lift the arms to the center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind us, TP the fingers. Inhale for length. Exhale, take a twist. And an opening across the chest. A slight pull to the shoulder blades. Inhale, unravel yourself. Make sure there's room behind you. Ground through the soles of the feet, ground through the toes. And on the exhale, slowly roll down to lie on your back. Take your time, find the core. When you meet the earth, hug the knees up into the chest. Take a gentle rock from side to side. Start to feel your lower spine on the earth. Start to fire up your rest and digest, your parasympathetic nervous system. Release the breath. Release any control. Perfect. Opening the arms wide to a T shape or a cactus. On the exhale, drop the knees to the right hand side. Gaze goes over that left shoulder. And if it feels comfortable for you, gently close the eyes. Start to breathe in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 5. Notice what you're holding on to here. Can we let it go? we soften into the pose? Can we allow gravity to do the work for us? On the inhale, bring the knees to the center. On the exhale, take them to the other side. Gaze goes over that right shoulder. Again, if it's comfortable for you, gently close the eyes and extend the exhale by one more count. Breathing in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 6. Just release whatever you're holding in the body. Allow yourself to be exactly as you are in this moment, knowing that wherever you are is perfect for you. And if the mind starts to drift, gently bring it back to your breath, following the inhale, following the exhale. Inhale, bring the knees to the center, hug everything into a little ball, squeeze it up, squeeze your legs into your chest. Take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs. And on the exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Release the soles of the feet to the earth. Find that natural curve, natural arch in your lower back. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, allow your body to start to soften. And then straighten out the legs. Send them to the corners of the mat. Wiggle around. Get comfortable. And gently close your eyes. Let go of everything. And know that in this very moment, there is nothing you have to do, nowhere you have to be. Just allow yourself to be as you are. Allow the mind to settle and give yourself space from that inner critic. And if your mind starts to drift, just notice and let it go. Start to become aware of how you talk to yourself. Become aware of those rules, the shoulds, the shouldn'ts. The more awareness we bring to these thoughts, the more we can challenge them and let them go. Allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are. If we look for perfection, we will never be content. Begin to allow yourself to just be. If you need a little longer in your Shavasana, pause the video and stay here. We're going to start to bring ourselves back into the room. Notice the points of your body that touch the earth. Notice the space around you. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And take any movement your body needs to wake up. Whether that's a full body stretch, a big yawn, or hugging the knees into the chest. And when you're ready, know there's no rush, no perfect way to move. Make your way to a comfortable seated position, the hands in heart center and the eyes gently closed. Just taking a moment to appreciate yourself for rolling out your mat today, to appreciate your body for the strength you've shown, and appreciate your mind for focusing. Take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. We're going to do one more, fill the lungs. Let it all go. I'm going to close today's practice with an Om. You can Om along with me, hum or just listen. Inhale to Om. Thank you for allowing me to share this practice with you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If there's anything else you want to see, any types of videos, anything you want to work on, comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that YouTube-y stuff. I sound so professional. Yeah, have a wonderful day, yogis. Thank you very much.